good?
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Godcast,
The
where Father
Godcast.
Diego and I are going to show you how to get in touch with your Heavenly Father. Today's topic, repentance.
Repentance. I don't know how to build off of that. So I'm going
Diego,
to ask you to continue going.
Father Diego, find a way.
Well, I think a lot of repentance comes
Must
from
be done.
interpretation. And you have
Okay.
to interpret what happened in that scenario and how you need to repent off of it. Just how we, as managers in episode 1 of Manager Minute, will interpret how to fix the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Assuredly so, there's a lot of repentance to be done.
Was that a good transition, though?
From the Toronto Maple Leafs front office for 54 years of sinnage.
54 years of sinnage.
No doubt.
That's pretty good. So yeah, today we will be going over the Toronto Maple Leafs, what moves we believe they need to make, and how we can get them a better lineup that can compete for a Stanley Cup. Are you ready to talk about this one?
Of course I am. I love talking about the Leafs.
We are literally Toronto media.
The other episodes.
We are literally Toronto media. We never shut up about the Leafs.
Toronto's still in first place in their division?
In their division.
And we're still not ever gonna stop talking about them. If you've watched any of the episodes of the show right now, you'll know that every few sentences I say divulges into something about the Leafs. So yeah. I say, why not?
Well, actually,
fix the team.
But before we get it, because we're gonna start with Alex's ideas here.
Of course.
But before we get into that, I have their current lineup here already laid out, so I figure I should read that off first. Okay, so forward line, or I'll just read off the forward lines in order. So right now we have Simmons, Matthew Marner, Galchenyuk, Tavares, Nylander, Thornton, Kerfoot, Spezza, Mikheyev, Engvall, Hyman. And on defense we have Riley Brody, Muzzenhole, Dermot Bogosian, and goaltending Anderson and Campbell. And they currently have actually, this is not including the Travis Boyd waiver pickup that happened I don't know if it was just yesterday or 2 days ago, but before that they had $262,000 in cap space.
So there's not a whole ton of cap space here. We're gonna try our best to fix the team.
So
okay,
Alex, get into it. How do we fix these Maple Laughs?
Okay, well, to be fair, I would like to preface this by saying this would not at all be an episode about the Toronto Maple Leafs had they gone 4-4 in their last 8. But they're 2-6 after going 4-2. That was the best team in the league. That was the undisputed Stanley Cup champions.
Undisputed.
From what I saw, I've seen people who hate the Leafs, like get paid to hate the Leafs, talk about how good the Leafs were. And
whatever.
You go 2-6, and all of a sudden all the talks surrounding the team have sort of soured. So I think a big component to that not only was that they are the unluckiest team in the NHL.
They are so unlucky, you know.
They're literally the unluckiest team.
You only have Tavares, Marner,
Diego
refuses no one else
to
on
acknowledge
that team.
Literal math.
They are just so unlucky,
literal
man.
Statistics.
Can't catch a break.
Diego
so hard.
I shared him the post from moneypuck.com that showed that Toronto was literally the actual unluckiest team in the league, and here Diego, all he can do is make fun of that. Other than them being the unluckiest team in the league, they have the worst goaltending luck, where their goaltenders are Frederik Andersen and Michael Hutchinson. The Lord and Savior comes back, Jack Campbell.
What
everybody's favorite Leaf. He's played 4 games this year, which is why I'm a little skeptical. I love Soupy, but he's never played without a ton of rest. Every time he's played, it's come off of a 2-week break.
He's been incredible so far. I don't know how well that will keep up.
That 2-pad stack against the Flames.
I am gonna throw it out there.
Keep it 2-0.
He is better than Frederik Andersen.
Yes, and that's gonna segue me into my first part: how the Leafs can fix the team without doing literally anything.
See, this is how we're going to differ here. Alex thinks we don't need to make changes here, but go off.
So, part 1 of 2, I will offer a solution that may appease more of the trade the coach crowd. But Sheldon Keefe, all that he has to do is make 2 roster switches.
2.
The first and most important is start splitting time between Campbell and Anderson at the very least.
So Carolina tandem style.
Yes.
All right.
And here's the thing. If Campbell ends up being the Campbell that we love, the soupy that is just Superman, and he stops everything, and he's not going to play out of his mind for the rest of the year unless he's, playing 3 games for the rest of the season. It's not going to keep up that 980 save percentage and the .97 goals against. It's not going to happen. Leafs Nation will probably get on him for that. But at the end of the day, the guy will probably finish with a below 2.5 save percentage and goals against average, and he'll finish above a 920 because the Leafs, when you watch them play with
above
Campbell,
a 920 is very freaking impressive.
Yes. Man. The Leafs, when you watch them play in front of Jack Campbell, is a totally different team than in front of Frederik Anderson. These guys die for pucks, and it's more confidence in the defensive zone than it is with Freddie.
Okay.
You see a lot less, even when they do get scrambling and out of place, there you have a guy who makes the saves. Biggest example, 2 days over a weekend, Friday, Saturday against Calgary. Jack Campbell
what a change-up between those 2 games, right?
Friday,
what a
the
change.
Leafs scored 3 goals and allowed 18 shots. Who do you expect to win the game? I guarantee it's not Calgary, who ended up winning the game, scoring 4 goals.
On 18
Freddie Anderson made 14 saves. I loved Freddie. I was a diehard Freddie defender for the first 4 years. But this year has really... it's hard to keep defending the guy. And I guess it's hard for the Leafs to defend as well, but... It's hard to keep defending the guy when he just lays eggs like that. And then you see a guy that you need to be solid in an elimination playoff game. I don't think it's Frederik Anderson. I think we have enough proof to say it's not Freddie.
Oh, it is not Freddie. But I also want to point something out right now.
Okay.
We're live right now at 5:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which means we are actually directly competing with Tim and Friends.
For real? For the first time?
We are directly competing. And I think our one viewer blows them out of the water.
Out of the water. I don't know. I haven't heard anyone say, hey, you watched that new Tim and Friends.
I haven't heard... Well, they don't have the pork chop.
They don't.
We have the
You're
pork
missing
chop.
Sid Seixeiro.
I'm actually wearing the Portugal jersey right now because Portugal is playing right now, and I'm going to check if we're still winning. Shoutouts to Team Portugal.
Go Team Portugal.
We are winning. Let's go.
Nice. Who are they playing?
I cannot pronounce country names. It's like Azerbaijan or something.
Azerbaijan, I mean.
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
Please don't kill me for saying that, anyone in the comments.
Should be.
It's 1-0 Portugal off an own goal, which is kind of sad in the 78th minute. But
how? It's Azerbaijan.
Anyway,
man.
That's
not
enough
exactly
soccer. That's enough soccer.
Team Canada goes into the World Juniors and then all of a sudden
loses to the U.S. in the finals.
Serbia is hey, come on. Too soon. Too soon.
Okay, continue with your Leafs.
The Leafs.
We have the Campbell-Freddie tandem. And what else we got?
Campbell is the guy that's going to make the saves. So that's why I think they should split time until one of these goalies pulls ahead of each other. Freddie, maybe with extended rest, might prove to be the starter, so you go with him closer to playoff time when you need a game.
But so you're proposing an earn it system, right?
An earn it system. What have you done for me lately? That's one of my favorite sayings Steve Dangle's got. I love Steve Dangle. If he wants to be on the podcast, he can come. Anyway, Steve has given me so much inspiration.
That's not a good thing. But yeah, go on.
Okay. And so I think that what have you done for me lately system in the net would be absolutely perfect for the Leafs because Frederik Anderson more than anything needs his rest. It's just came out that he's injured, which, he better be injured good if he's playing like that.
It's the typical Toronto thing. They're not playing well. They've been injured. That's all I'm saying.
They've been injured. Anyway,
they've all been injured.
Hopefully,
so unlucky.
We're gonna see while he's injured what Campbell's really made of. We've got Ottawa on Thursday, and then I don't know who we've got Saturday night.
I mean, Ottawa is the Leaf killer.
Edmonton.
They got Timmy Stew.
Ottawa is the Leaf killer.
Timmy Stew.
Timmy Stew is different.
Drake Batherson owns Toronto.
He actually is. Like, he's got a statue outside of Air Canada Center.
Okay, so let's move on from your goaltending. What else we got?
On defense, I propose that the Leafs, I think the Leafs top four is all right. I think
I won't disagree. That's a decent top. That's a decent enough top four. That's a
decent enough top four to go somewhere if you're going to take into account the offense that they have.
That's definitely in like the middle half of the league.
Yes. And with the offense that they have, that is probably number one, that averages out to 8. And that's great. If you make the final 8, which the Leafs can't seem to do for some weird reason, I'd be happy. Anyway, Toronto.
So you're okay with defense?
I'm cool with the top 4. It's that bottom pair.
Okay, so what are you proposing
I've been a big Travis Dermott fan forever.
I saw his NHL debut.
Ooh. Didn't he score a goal?
I can't remember. But I know it was against Vancouver, and it went to a shootout, I think.
And you watched it?
Yeah, I watched. I was there.
For some reason.
I
remember. You went with your Vancouver friends.
No, it was not. It was a Habs fan I went with, but...
Was it Jack?
No. It wasn't. You don't know him.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, that bottom pair with Dermott and Bogosian, I think Dermott kind of sucks sometimes.
Kinda.
And I think that Zach Bogosian is getting up there, and he needs to have his rest. The guy blocks a billion shots a game.
Travis Dermott is my favorite Seattle Kraken player. So.
No. Don't even say that, bro. Seattle Kraken will select Michael Hutchinson in the expansion draft. You don't even know.
Yeah, okay.
So basically, can we talk about how BS it is that Vegas is exempt for that expansion draft? By the way, they've been in the league 4 years. There's no reason
they're an elite team.
One player,
freaking elite.
They can't lose a single player in the expansion draft. Like, this is insane.
Oh no, Riley Smith. Woo! What are we gonna do?
He'd probably even be protected anyways. Like, who would they lose? Zane Whitecloud.
Zach Whitecloud. No. Not Whitecloud. Okay, anyway.
Braden McNabb is gone. What do we do?
Damn it. Okay.
So anyway, Leafs bottom pair. Bogosian needs to rest. Dermott needs to not play.
So you're suggesting we call up 2 Marlies to play the fourth pair?
No, I'm suggesting that we call up a single Marley. And we don't run 7D. But once he gets healthy, it's Rasmus Sandin time. It's time for him to make his jump.
I love Raz.
And it's time to do, rather than the normal revolving door on defense that we see in the style of play, it's a revolving door in the lineup.
Yeah, I think it would be pretty great if Sheldon Keefe played Rasmus Sandin and didn't play him for just 5 minutes.
Yes.
I think that would be pretty cool.
He can start off in his third line role. He can start off in the third line role here. Maybe he can move up and down the lineup. Because here's the thing. He's a really good defenseman. He's a mobile defenseman. He's young. He could start off on that third pair. Say Dermott sucks. Next game, Sandin, Bogosian. Hey. No, Thursday. So next line they got... Yes, when they beat Ottawa. So next time they've got Sandin and Bogosian.
Okay.
And then maybe Bogosian needs some rest. You do some jumbling. You can move Sandin up the lineup, or Sandin and Dermott. And then you have like a little cycle going on there.
So another Ernit setup.
Another Ernit thing.
Okay, I like that.
And Sandin, the good thing about him is he'll move up and down the lineup.
And get different opportunities.
Yes. Yeah. If you need some offense late on and you don't want to double shift Riley Brody and you can't possibly put anybody else on, here's Sandin. Send him out with probably Dermot or Muzzin. That's your best chance at some offense.
Okay.
It would open up so much more to Sheldon Keefe if he would actually play
if he
Rasmus
used his
Sandin.
brain. Yeah.
Okay. You're unnecessarily
I'm not a
hating
Keefe
on Sheldon
fan.
Keefe.
People know I'm not a Keefe fan.
But I think, yeah, you know what? You're kind of right. Use your brain. Sandin's the guy.
Well, I'm sure he could also use his brain when it comes to the forward lines, but because I want to hear what you propose with the forward
What would
lines.
I think about our forward lines? For one, I think letting go of Travis Boyd is not that bad because
it's
I
not.
really like
That's
Alex
true.
Galchenyuk.
Oh,
Toronto
really?
is the place where Galchenyuk is going to thrive because he's never had a place that suits the play style.
Okay.
Where
I get what you're
he's
saying.
all offense. And he came here and he's kind of fast. I didn't notice that. The guy is hustling everywhere on the forward check. Maybe not so much on the back check, but whatever. Who really cares about?
Typical Alex. Who cares about the back check? Typical Alex.
This guy's in there in the corners. He's in the slot. He gets his shots. He gets in front of the net. The guy's very versatile. I think he could play up or down the lineup. Perfect addition over Travis Boyd, who's just not good enough to leave the fourth line.
Yeah, okay. That's fair. So you don't want to do much with this offense?
What would I do with the forwards? I like that first line, but if anything, you got to keep Hyman, Matthews, Marner together. That is one of the best lines in the NHL. Simmons off for Hyman, yeah.
Okay.
And then you have, if you have that Marner, Matthews, Hyman line, that should be going most of the game. That is statistically, in regular stats and in advanced stats, one of the best lines in the NHL.
All right.
Second line, Tavares, Nylander, don't need to be broken up anymore. I think I said this on a previous episode, but I like Tavares and Nylander together now.
Okay.
They work well together. Even if the puck's not going in, they still do the right things.
Okay, who's the third one? Galchenyuk?
Simmons.
Oh, Simmons. Okay. I'll agree with that. That's pretty good.
Simmons, because the thing about Tavares and Willie is they do sometimes get a little down. And I think if you have a guy
and Simmons
Wayne Simmons on that line who is constant energy, and I see so many teams trying to go after John Tavares. I don't know what it is. I don't know if the Islanders have paid off the entire league.
Tavares isn't even that much of a threat this year. I'm just throwing it out there as well.
Yeah, exactly. But you have Wayne Simmons who can bang and crash at the net for Nylander, for Tavares, as well as stick up for them, as well as inject a little bit of energy. I think he'd be perfect on that second line as a permanent thing. Third line, McCabe and Engvall should be on our third line because Spezza and Thornton are old. McCabe, Engvall, Galchenyuk would be a pretty nasty third line.
Okay.
Galchenyuk would be a good replacement Zach Hyman, I think.
Yeah.
He's not exactly the same. He's got more skill to his game than Zach Hyman does. So if he can get in there and still be gritty, and that could have the same effect that energy line had in those 3 games against the Oilers, aka the highlight of the season. Fourth line, Spezza, Thornton, and I couldn't even tell you as our fourth C.
Have you said McCabe yet?
Am I forgetting? Yeah, McCabe. Spezza, Thornton, and the most forgettable player on the planet? Why am I blanking right now?
I think McCabe's Kerfoot.
Kerfoot, yes. Okay, Alex Kerfoot needs less ice time. He plays penalty kill, he plays power play, he can play the fourth line too.
Perfect.
He can move up and down between the bottom 6. He's good that way. He could even slot into the second line, but I think a line that is 100% untouchable is that first line, and I think Alex Kerfoot, a decrease in ice time would also mean a decrease in penalties for the Leafs, and since their power play sucks,
perfect.
Their penalty kill sucks, and their power play sucks too. I don't know what's up with that. I think you got to start loading the big boys all into one line again.
All right.
And I say the Leafs are the perfect team to try it with. Sheldon Keefe, 5 forwards. 5 forward
power play. Go back to the 5 forwards.
Run the big 4 and Wayne Simmons. That's perfect. That's a goal every time.
All right. So is that your fixed Leafs lineup right here?
That is how you turn the Leafs from laughs to Leafs.
All right.
Without making any moves.
But if you want to know how to do it with making moves,
if you want to know how to do it with making moves, we're going to do this in an actual minute. Diego, start the clock.
Whoa! I can't do this all in a minute, man. I have
This
I
is
have a
manager
few things,
minute.
but
This
I
is
have.
manager minute.
Oh,
This is my manager minute.
okay. Oh, so you're
In
gonna
1
you're
minute,
gonna go through a minute.
I will be
Okay.
fixing the Leafs
I'm gonna throw out a timer.
while
Are you
using
ready?
moves. Yes.
Okay. 5, 4,
Okay.
3, 2, and you're good.
Okay. Start off south of the border. The Panthers take from them one of my favorite goalies, Chris Driedger. Bring him here. Who are we sending away? Michael Hutchinson. No, not Michael Hutchinson. Sorry.
You
the
have
other
40
goalie who sucks.
seconds.
Frederick Anderson. They take Freddie, and then we can grab someone from them. I don't care who's got maybe a bad contract that they want to just unload because they're going to take on a new bad contract and create the deadliest garbage tandem in the league, Sergei Bobrovsky and Frederick Anderson. As for defense, go somewhere with a defense-rich team. Someone who doesn't need any more of those. Dallas, or you can find it like some sort of young gem that could just slot in, but really, I don't think you need to do that. You could just have yourself Rasmus Sandin and move him in.
And you've hit your minute. So
basically,
in your minute, you said acquire Chris Driedger for Frederick Anderson, even though there's no reason Florida would do that, and play Rasmus Sandin. That was your fix.
Yes, that was my fix. That was the quicker fixer than before.
I like it.
But now tell me why would they not take Driedger for Anderson?
Because Driedger's better, and he's not making as much money.
Okay. Yes, and that's why I said throw in the cap dump.
Oh,
it's a cap dump for a cap dump. Bang. Or we give him like a pick, make it more stomachable. Bang.
Well, we have... I have my own way of fixing the Toronto Maple Leafs here.
Okay.
And it all starts...
Let's hear it, Diego.
I have a few trades that kind of all play into each other. And it all starts with the first trade with the New Jersey Devils, in which the Leafs will receive a second-round pick in 2021, the Islanders pick, a third-round pick that's Arizona's in 2021, and a fifth-round pick that's Columbus's in 2022. And
so no drafting.
And no, Leafs are receiving this.
Oh, what?
And our favorite goaltender, Aaron Dell.
Okay.
In exchange for Frederick Anderson and Toronto's fourth-round pick in 2021.
Okay. So dump off Freddie. He can play with Blackwood. I think that would make sense.
I think Anderson is a good mentor for Blackwood, even though Anderson's
that's
not
exactly
that good.
What I was about to say.
So I think Devils are one of the few teams that would actually take on a goaltender of Frederick Anderson's caliber. So that's why
I don't want Mac Black turning into Carter Hart.
Literally.
Getting mentored by Brian Elliott, and now he sucks.
And Devils already have lots of prospects and picks to where they can afford to give away a few in order to receive Anderson. And I just feel like the value evens out here.
Fair enough. Yeah, I like that trade.
And they get Aaron Dell because of something else they're going to do with the Detroit Red Wings in their next trade.
Oh my God.
In which
Bernier?
The Leafs will bring back Jonathan Bernier.
No.
Detroit retains $1 million on his salary. They will also bring in Bobby Ryan.
Okay.
In which Detroit retains $950,000. And they will also receive a fifth-round pick from Detroit in 2021.
Okay.
In exchange for, and this is where you're going to hate me, they will receive these in exchange for Nick Robertson, Timothy Liljegren, Joseph Wool, and a second-round pick in 2021. The one they got from New Jersey.
Okay. Well, Nick Robertson, for one, I know he's a promising prospect and all, but he has lost the novelty of being 18, so I guess you can ship him off.
That is true. He's not just 18 anymore.
He's not just 18 anymore.
I think this is a solid trade on both ends because Jonathan Bernier's been unreal this year.
Mm-hmm.
And he has been unreal for the past couple years, despite playing in Detroit. I'm pretty sure right now he has a .918 save percentage. And
yes, he's disgusting, but I think he works. That's true, and he's getting beat down by Florida and stuff. Tampa.
It's not super tandem style here. Bernier's getting majority of starts. He's played 17
over Thomas
games.
Greiss. Okay.
He's played 17 games with a .918 save percentage, and he has 8 wins And
is Detroit's defense better than Toronto's?
Debatable.
Debatable.
Probably not.
But the thing is, Detroit's team defense overall sucks balls. So
exactly. But
that's why they're not first in their division.
Toronto also gets, in this move, Toronto also gets Bobby Ryan, and they've been saying for how long they want another winger who can play in the top 6, which Bobby Ryan can do.
It's true, but why? That's a trade I can see them doing.
He's
but
a rental.
I don't understand the need.
They're both rentals.
Yes, I'm aware of the concept. But I don't understand for what reason the Leafs would want to improve on not only the forwards, but the top 6.
Yeah, I don't know that either. I just know they've been saying that, and this also appeases it.
Okay, fair enough. This is a trade I could definitely see being done. This is exactly into the mind of Dubas.
They do give up a lot, but it also makes sense for what Detroit receives here, because Detroit gets us quite a few young players here. Nick Robinson would definitely be a part of their main forward core for years to come.
Mm-hmm.
Timothy Logren's been shaky with his development, but he's still only 21, 22, I believe. And he'll get playing time as a defenseman in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Joseph Wool's a 22-year-old goaltender, I believe.
I don't know why you'd get rid of Wool.
I put Wool here because I think Detroit would require that for them giving up.
Yeah, for sure. But I think you're a year or two out from having a guy who was a total stud in juniors.
The thing is, though,
And what are we looking for now? We're looking for Frederik Andersen's about to leave in free agency.
I think Toronto's in a position where I think if the Bernier stint works out, which is what I'm expecting here with this move
You're
that I'm making.
You're expecting Jonathan Bernier in blue and white to, be good. This is a tall ask, Diego.
I think if that works out, you could probably resign him for not a huge dollar value because he's a little bit older now. Or I think the Leafs are at a point where if they really need a goaltender, they're a team that can attract one through free agency or make another move for one. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
I don't know if Toronto's a team that can attract a goalie. Toronto's a team that could certainly attract players, but if you see what happens to goalies after bad games here, I don't know if any goalie would ever want to play for Toronto. I'm not going to lie.
Okay, yeah.
Except for Jack Campbell, the city's favorite, but that man could do no wrong.
You got a point. Well, did you hear what was happening to Hunter Miska, I think his name is, on Colorado?
Hunter Miska.
He had
something. He's bad.
He had to delete his Instagram because he was getting death threats from Colorado fans.
That's really
awful.
Sad.
That's literally awful.
He sucked balls. And then he
gets replaced by Jonas Johansson, who lets in 2 goals on 3 shots at the start of the game last night against Arizona.
That was, you know what? I think that Buffalo Reporter is thankful that happened because he was not going to be on freezing cold takes anytime soon.
Exactly.
The actual worst goalie of all time, Jonas Johansson.
He doesn't even stop shots in practice.
Come on, Jonas. Come on the pod. Explain yourself.
I still have
Come to Diego's basement. We'll take some shots.
I have one more trade.
All right.
So this one, the Leafs are going to come up to the good old Nashville Predators.
Oh, God.
But they're not pulling a player.
They're going to take Wayne Simmons after a career year. They're going to take Zach Hyman after a career year. Oh, God.
No. The Leafs are going to get rid of Nick Batan and a 4th-round pick.
Finally.
To receive right-handed defenseman Matt Benning.
Matt Benning! The entire North Division is going to get Matt Benning. No way.
That's my final trade here. I think these are small. Okay, these are actually pretty huge moves. I'm not gonna lie, but
they're small moves that are big moves.
Yes, they very much enhance this roster.
Yes.
So let me outline my new lineup for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
All right, let's hear it. Are we going from top down or what?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go forwards, then defense, then goaltending.
Okay.
So starting with our forwards, our line number 1. The kid line put together, Nylander, Matthews, Marner.
Oh, jeez.
I think no matter who that third winger is, as long as you have Matthews and Marner, they can be productive. We saw it with Thornton, because Thornton's not good at hockey, but he was being productive with Matthews and Marner. And I think
it's true.
Nylander is someone who needs a boost in his game right now, and he definitely has the skill, so putting him in there might just make a dynamite line. I don't think they've experimented much with those 3 this year. But
I don't think I've ever seen those 2 together. I'm not going to lie. So I've seen Matthews, Marner, Tavares, but I haven't seen...
go all for it. So that's my first line. Nylander, Matthews, Marner. My second line.
That line is completely defensively inept.
Hey, Matthew's a big two-way guy. He's actually been a lot better two-way.
He's gonna win the Selkie, but
no, he's not. But
well.
he was a lot better two-way this year. My second line, we have the soup lover himself, Mikheyev.
Okay.
With
the second line,
with Tavares, João Tavares, and Bobby Ryan. Mikheyev, Ryan, Tavares.
Okay.
Tavares has the skill factor here the most out of all three guys.
You know what?
Mikheyev has the speed, and Ryan has the finishing.
That would totally work, because it would remind John Tavares of when he was good back on Long Island when he had no supporting cast.
Exactly.
So now he's stuck with random bums, and it's like, I guess I'll do it all myself. Big 90-point season.
Exactly. My third line, I kind of flashed back to the past for this. I went back to when the third line was the checking line. You throw these guys
checkers,
out
the
here
grinders.
to wear down the other team and play a physical, hard game. Simmons,
Old-time
Spezza, Hyman.
Well, you got 2 or 3 grinders, but
Spezza's just a good player to have on the ice.
It's true. Spezza's great at hockey. You see a snipe the other day?
Oh, that was a sick goal.
Beauty.
Absolute
beauty.
So I think Spezza still got really really well in there, and Hyman and Simmons can just wear down top lines. This is the line you play in a playoff series against the other team's first line.
Against Boston.
Yes. This is the line you put up against the Pasternak line. Spezza is the new Plekanec.
I remember that.
Remember your business class presentation?
Oh, that was so sad because I didn't get to present it until after Game 7 happened.
The TSN turning point.
God, that was like...
Plekanec.
No, the Kadri hit was a TSN turning point.
Oh,
Tomas Plekanec was just a thing that happened
and
that we don't speak of.
We also have my fourth line, which is a line I'd never want to see step on the ice, but I kind of just had to play these players.
Mm-hmm.
Thornton, Kerfoot, and Engvall. Maybe, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe scratch Kerfoot for Galchenyuk and put Engvall at center.
Yeah.
But that's just, either way, that's just a line I don't want on the ice, but they're there. So
I don't even mind Kerfoot like that. I mean, it's not that bad.
I don't think any of the 4 players I just said are that good. So
they're fourth line enough.
They're no Matthew Highmore. That's all I'm gonna say.
Dante Hightower.
That's an insight.
Jeez.
Dante Hightower.
To appease Jack.
We're adding to our channel's personality now because we have Scory Poggy, Dante Hightower. We want Tom Wilson to come on. Because he's a clean player. He's a very clean player.
He's a clean player. He's
clean.
Here in Toronto enjoying his suspension, dude. Like,
well, he's playing now.
Come have fun. Oh, he was.
Okay, let's move on to my defense. And I don't know if you're going to be a fan of what I've done to the first pairing because I've taken TJ Brody off.
No.
Because I want to pair Riley with a right-handed shot. And who better than the newly acquired Matt Benning?
Matt Benning is a first-pairing defenseman. What? What?
Hey, yeah, he's a good right-handed shot.
Is he only the 6th defenseman on Nashville because of all the good players there?
Well, half their defense is injured anyway, so
I'm
dead
as hell. So no, but I mean, in normal times, Matt Benning is not.
I think he's a decent enough defenseman, but I put him here so that the Leafs kind of can spread out and support lower. I kept Muzzin Hole together, so Riley Benning, Muzzin Hole, and Dermott Brody.
That's a good pairing. The Muzzin Hole pairing.
Muzzin Hole is really solid. Yeah,
it's good.
I think
there's definitely moments for sure.
Well, Hole's having.
But overall, when they're on the ice, you're not scared.
Yeah.
Well, you are probably scared because then Frederik Andersen's in the net, but still.
Well, Frederik Andersen won't be in net in this scenario.
Not anymore because he's going to be 10
our big starter,
New Jersey,
Jonathan Bernier.
No.
Who I'm not running a tandem here. Jonathan Bernier is the number 1.
He's your unequivocal number 1
He
starter.
is my number 1, and Jack Campbell is my number 2.
Why?
Because as much as I hate the words that are about to come out of my mouth, I was trying to build a Leafs team that can contend for a Stanley Cup.
And Jack Campbell's not the guy, but Jonathan Bernier is.
And goalie tandems do not win Stanley Cups.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
They
Philadelphia.
go to the Eastern Conference
I am
Final
sorry,
in
Carolina.
2019.
But tandems have not won cups. You need the bona fide starter. And
No, the
Jonathan
tandems
Bernier
have won cups.
will emerge. Not as of recent.
17.
Not as of
17
recent.
Pittsburgh.
Okay, but okay.
Pittsburgh.
I don't really call that a tandem.
Because they were both starters at different times. Fair enough.
Yes, it was more of injuries happened.
It was the Fleury show, then the Murray show.
He just took over. I wouldn't consider that a tandem. I wouldn't put that in the same boat as the Mrazek Reimer.
Okay, fair. But then again, imagine a Murray-Fleury tandem with that team instead of a Mrazek-Reimer tandem. Like, you also have to think of the quality of goalie, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I think Bernier is a solid
Andre
starter.
Vasilevsky and the best goalie in the league, John Gibson, and they were a tandem.
Okay, yeah. But I don't think those are goaltenders who are okay with playing in a tandem. They'd be like, I want out. I want to be my starter.
That's true.
Just like how Fleury had a sword stabbed through him by Peter DeBoer. And he's now the starter.
Fair.
Yeah. So that's my Leaf squad, and I think this is a Leaf squad that can contend for a Stanley Cup.
Diego has built the Stanley Cup contender.
Because Jonathan Bernier, unlike Freddie Anderson, can make a save.
Jonathan Bernier, if you watched anything, any old Leafs, any Harold Ballard Leafs, any Harold Ballard logo Leafs, I mean.
Okay, wait, let me...
Bernier was the starter. There are compilations on YouTube
called
Bad Goals Bernier. That was his nickname.
Here, let me add to the trade, the Red Wings trade. So the Leafs will add Sheldon Keefe, and Detroit will add the Red Wings goalie coach. Now are we good?
Blashill. Oh.
No,
you're adding the Red Wings coach.
No, the Red Wings goalie coach.
We trade Keefe
for the Red Wings goalie coach.
No, I have an even better trade. Dubas trades himself and a first-round pick for Steve Yzerman.
Woo!
Yzerman accepts and comes to his hometown of Toronto. We don't know if that's his hometown.
But
I don't even think it is.
But it could be.
It could be.
And we're going to run with it.
Come on, everybody's hometown is Toronto when they're involved with the trade. Come on, be honest. In free agency, Erik Karlsson, hometown of Toronto. Come on.
Come on.
Come on. Who else is a free agent this year?
Not every day that dreams come true.
New pajama pants. Come on. Top defensive free agents, come to Toronto, Matthias Ekholm.
It's just not every day that your childhood dream comes true, and I'm totally not pulling up that image as we speak. Just give me 2 seconds.
Are they going to be able to see this, or are you just going to watch a little boy sleeping?
They will be able to see it, okay?
Okay. So
we're gonna fade to black for a second. Whoa! Let's calm down. We're gonna fade to black for a quick second, so I can
for a moment
add image. Just gonna be a quick second, people who are looking at a black screen right now.
Just a couple of secs.
That's a sentence that I didn't expect to hear today. It's not every day. It's up there now. It's not every day.
The tweet that would set the hockey world apart.
I got that from the Toronto Star. We're gonna throw the source out there, just in case. Wait, so you also have a... I don't think you're looking at the stream right now, but
I am not.
I think he's also got like a Raptors pillow in there.
For real?
No, that's definitely not.
Wait,
that's
how
definitely
old
not.
is John Tavares?
That's definitely not. No. I saw a red like dinosaur looking thing, but it's definitely not.
Well,
sorry,
that depends. How old is he in that photo?
Very young. I don't know, but I just offended a lot of people by saying that, and I know I did. Oops.
A lot of people who hate the Raptors, or a lot of people who like the Raptors?
A lot of people who like the Raptors. So a lot of people.
Quite a few people. Are the Raptors the more popular Toronto sports team?
When I search up John Tavares' pajama picture, the first thing that comes up is an Islanders fan wearing a jersey that says Pajama Boy on it, so that's kind of funny.
Yeah. They don't like him on
Actually, the majority of the pictures are Islanders fans. But
this is funny.
Okay,
how much
actually,
you guys hate them.
So if you're saying who's more popular than the Leafs and Raptors, it's the Raptors because that's the only Canadian basketball team. And basketball,
who's more popular?
Basketball has a bigger following. Period.
Well, I'm aware. I think the Raptors have more followers than the Leafs.
Yeah,
for sure.
But as of right now, the Leafs definitely get more attention because the Raptors are sucking.
But say they're both good.
Say they're both good. Ooh, that's a big hypothetical we're throwing out.
Because we know if they're both
two good
bad,
Toronto sports teams at the same time.
Yeah, that's true.
What universe
we know
are
if they're
you
both
living in?
Bad. Well, not if they're both bad. When they're both bad, the Leafs get all the attention.
Yes, that's true.
But if they are both somehow going to the Eastern Conference Final, who's getting the lion's share of the representation in the media?
I think that depends which media you're talking about. If you're talking Toronto media, it's the Leafs because hockey.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're talking media in general, it's the Raptors because basketball.
It's true. I think if we're talking about even the Canadian media,
and I
think it'll be big to see Toronto in the Eastern Conference
basketball. Final. But the Raptors would
basketball
so much more.
Okay, well, here's the thing. Raptors have been to the Eastern Conference Finals twice in the last 5 years. The Leafs have been to the Eastern Conference Final, haven't been there since 1993. Actually, they haven't. I don't think they've ever been to the Eastern Conference Finals. They went to the Princess Margaret
Forget about
Conference
their cups. They
Final
never made it.
They've actually never
the
made
divisions. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because of the weird division thing. So I don't know what conference they were in. It was like
I wonder what
Campbell, right? What's the Western Conference trophy called? Is the Clarence Campbell? No, the Prince of Wales D. So it's the Clarence Campbell Bowl.
It's the Campbell for
So they've been to the Campbell Conference Finals, 1993.
I wonder how it's going to work this year. Because it's seeding now.
That's true.
So which finalist is going to win which
So
trophy?
say the Leafs go to the conference finals somehow, they still would have never been to an Eastern Conference Final, technically.
They'd be to a COVID conference final.
The COVID conference final. The Leafs would have made it to
right,
the...
It's not going to be them. It's going to be Winnipeg Red.
Just the Stanley Cup semifinals.
Oh, we got Johnny Gordon in the chat.
Johnny Gordon in the chat.
Daniel Curry in here who says Raps are garbage this year. I'll say it.
Raps are having a rough one. Shout out to Daniel Curry and Day One Raps fan.
And shouts to Johnny Gordon. What a guy. What a guy.
Raps. They win tonight. The all-women broadcast crew is gonna bring some good luck. Yeah, it's cool. 5 women doing the Raptors game, and they're gonna get blown up by 80 by El Nikola Jokic, the best player in the NBA. I'll tell you what my Serbian grandfather told me a few days ago. Nikola Jokic is the best shooter in the NBA.
Wow, your grandfather's throwing up.
Is this propaganda? Completely. But El Nikola, the Serbian stud.
I mean, I can't comment. I don't watch basketball. So we've been talking a lot of other sports on this Leafs rebuilding stream here.
Yes,
we were talking some soccer, some football. Some football. And now we're talking some basketball. Johnny in the chat, in the YouTube live chat, says Jokic for MVP. He's absolutely ripping it up in the league. I'll leave you to verify that.
He's the fantasy MVP for sure.
Oh, he's the fantasy MVP.
Yes, he is the fantasy MVP. I think he's averaging the most points.
If we're
I had him on my team for a brief 1-week period before I traded him away for James Harden.
I mean,
why did I trade the number 1 point getter for the number 2 point getter? I couldn't tell you.
We all do it sometimes.
We all do it sometimes. Sometimes we all make several trades that.
Sometimes Alex will trade Patrick Kane for Jacob Markstrom, Joel Armia, and Ilya Mikheyev. Sometimes, but
3 is better than 1.
3 is always better than 1.
3 is always better than 1. Remember that, fantasy owners. We'd like to take a minute to appreciate my new twig.
Oh,
True AX9.
It's new.
James Neal, Pro Stock, brand new.
Someone's prepared for the Host League Heroes.
Someone is prepared to win the D-League championship.
See, we've run out of Leafs stuff to talk about, so now we're just prolonging the episode by talking about Beer League.
It's true. Diego and I, our Beer League team, is about to rip it up. We've got a bunch of the old House League
the House League heroes.
Johnny Gordon in the chat, also our captain.
He's our cap. Oh, everyone's the captain. Remember,
everyone's a captain.
We're all gonna wear the captain jerseys.
Everyone's got C's. Any jersey that you have that has a letter on it, you're wearing it. We're all gonna be C's and A's.
It's gonna be great.
I actually don't know if that's gonna be allowed.
Definitely
Imagine
not.
they kick us off from our first game because we got so many C's and A's.
What are we, the Nashville Predators?
Well, I don't understand that joke. I don't watch Central Division hockey.
So I don't remember if it was the year they hung 1 million banners or the year before that. But they had like 5 alternate captains and a captain, and I was like,
regular season Western Conference champions.
It's
so hard.
That is true. They are the regular season Western Conference champions. What a title! What a title!
Regular season Western Conference champions, Central Division champions,
and now I know there wasn't much there, but I just had to call a penalty on Nashville.
Yeah, the screwed by the refs champions. You are the we got fricked by the refs champions this week, Nashville.
Shout out.
Tim Peel was gonna retire next month anyways, and they fired his ass.
We're gonna throw a hot take out there. We're done talking about Leafs. We're gonna talk about Tim Peel for a sec.
Okay.
I don't know if they should have fired him.
I don't either.
Because, like you said, he was retiring soon. And were we really going to act like makeup calls don't happen every game?
Yeah. I
but he said
thought
it
was
time.
Just a thing.
Ooh, but he said it out loud this time.
To be fair, I have heard some good rebuttals, mostly about the NHL wanting to...
Make an example?
Trying to make money through sports betting. Oh. Because if the NHL is going to have refs openly go out and admit that they're going to fix games somewhat.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
The hockey community is cool with this because we know it's a thing that happens.
Yeah.
But if you're just some random guy like, I'm going to put some money down on an NHL game, and then they have to disclose to you that sometimes refs just fix games because they fuck up early.
I don't even think it's that unfair. Like, it's obviously not the most fair thing in the world for a makeup call. But if a ref calls a shitty penalty against one team and he sees something that could get called,
yeah,
I don't think it's the worst thing to call it. Like,
it evens things out. It does for sure.
Exactly.
So remember this, if anything, as advice from an NHL ref: don't own up to your mistakes. Just make another mistake so that the first mistake doesn't even seem that bad.
Hey, 2 bads make a good.
NHL referee policy. Rest in peace, Tim Peel's career. He's one of the iconic referees, along with Francois Saint Laurent, Mike Lego, and what's his name? The GOAT, Wes McCauley.
Johnny in the live chat says, yeah, but then the refs start to control the pace of the game, which isn't a good thing. And yes, there's merit to that.
Will we see some match fixing in the ASHL this year?
Match fixing for the House League Heroes to win, maybe.
For the House League Heroes to win. We don't need to pay off refs. They could fix the game against us. We'd still win.
Yeah.
We're different.
You're right. We are built different.
We are.
We won the Zuzak sweepstakes.
We did. I really hope that we're going to be playing against a lot of 40-year-olds. Well, actually,
quote of the day. Quote of the day. I really hope we're going to be playing against lots of 40-year-olds.
Maybe not.
Is that what you guys expected to hear while we rebuild the Leafs roster?
Yeah, I couldn't imagine being like, this is boring. I'm going to skip to the end, and then all of a sudden it's come to this.
See, we got all of the real hockey talk out of the way, so we could just become a normal podcast now.
Well, no, we got all the BS out of the way so that we could get into the real hockey talk.
Oh, yeah, shit, you're right. I want your opinion, Alex. Who's a better point guard? Dame or Kyrie?
Who's the first option?
Maybe I said it wrong because I watch basketball. Dame. I said Dame.
Dame.
Dame? Okay. Sorry, I just pronounce with accents,
Damian Lillard is no
okay,
doubt
if he
in my
wrote Lillard,
mind.
I would have read it properly.
Damian Lillard is the better point guard. I think Lowry's he's a better passer. He's a better facilitator.
It was
But if
Kyrie,
you need
not Lowry.
Oh, Kyrie.
Yeah.
I thought you said Lowry.
No, I said Kyrie.
Kyrie or Dame? Okay, well that becomes a lot more difficult to answer. I think Kyrie's more skilled than Dame, but I think I'd still rather have Dame because you're going to get 82 games out of Dame, and when Kyrie misses time, it's not because he's got a broken face or a sprained ankle. It's because he's just gone. He needs to go on a spiritual retreat and find his new zen.
Oh, wait. I just realized something.
Make sure that his third eye is open to make those passes. Kyrie is no doubt more skilled. I just realized something.
Okay, wait. Finish your Kyrie rant.
Kyrie is more skilled, but Dame is going to play more games. And if I want a clutch bucket, I'm going to go to Damian Lillard. So, I think Dame's trapped in Portland. He's never had enough around him to make a run.
I didn't do my minute. I explained how to fix the Leafs, but I didn't do my minute.
A minute?
I didn't do
What are you going to do in this minute?
I don't know, but I'm going to fix the Leafs in a minute, just like you did.
You're going to fix the Leafs in a minute, but this time
But I can't talk about the moves I already said. I need to come up with new moves. So you
need
count
to come
me
up with
down
new
to
moves
start the timer.
on the fly. Okay. Ready? You start that timer. I'm going to keep the time in my head.
Oh, wait. You want me to start it?
I'm going to be looking. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go.
Okay, so the big thing, the big concern for the Leafs right now is goaltending, which is why I was talking about trading for Bernier earlier. But at least the smallest thing you can do to solve this problem is just starting Campbell more. Campbell has proved this season that he is steady in net, he is calm, he can track the puck well, and he's played extraordinarily. Definitely, although he hasn't played a lot, has shown to be one of the better goaltenders this year. So, play Campbell more. Defense is still a little shaky, but they're not as bad as they've been in the past year. So I agree with what you were saying earlier about playing Sandin more once he gets healthy. He needs to insert in the lineup because he can move the puck well, and he's a speedy youngster. Other than that, the forwards are pretty good, but I think they need to play Thornton less. I don't know why Thornton keeps playing up in the lineup. It makes no sense to me. Sheldon Keefe is terrible at making lineups. You might as well get rid of him too. Start playing some proper forwards together that actually play well, such as I want to see Nylander with Matthews and Marner to add some skill there, pick it up a little bit, and that's how you fix the Leafs without making any big trades. And we've hit a minute.
Bang. Diego, that was very well put together. There were no long pauses where you had to think about who they would trade for.
Well, we did differentiating approaches there. You talked about fixing without trading, and then in your minute, you did only trading.
Which I feel like is just not the way to go.
I did the opposite, where I talked about trading, and then in my minute, I did internal fixes. And Johnny in the chat says he would honestly trade for Ekholm and push Dermott out. Well, Dermott is going to be a Seattle Kraken player, so
I say we trade Dermott to the Kraken for their best defenseman.
Is that
in order to pick Dermott? Now when they pick Dermott, we get Dermott back. Bang.
Well, let's discuss this right now. Do we want to talk about the Kraken next week? Is that what we want our topic to be?
Should we talk about the Kraken next week? I'd totally talk about the Kraken next week.
Should we build a Kraken lineup next week?
I think having the Kraken on the show,
that would be insane. Well, next week's a normal for the Fanboys episode.
Do we get
manager minute?
Jeff Bezos to talk about the Seattle Kraken next week?
He stepped down from Amazon CEO, didn't he?
Oh, damn it. Do we get Jeff Bezos' wife to give us the drama?
I think the person who took over was one of the owners of the Kraken.
Oh.
So that's pretty cool.
It's cool that we're actually getting a super big-ass brand like Amazon. Like, Amazon runs the world. That should be some actual money going into the NHL. Because Amazon's going to be pushing a lot of Kraken merch, probably, trying to make this work out. I could see the Kraken being one of the better off financial teams in terms of revenue in the next few years.
Yeah. I really
just like how Vegas exploded out of the gate and they're doing better than like Columbus, Winnipeg, Florida.
I think Vegas just got incredibly lucky though.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't think.
I think Seattle. is I think Seattle isn't going to be as lucky with offense. I think Seattle's going to get a terrific decor and a really good goalie tandem, but I don't think the offense is going to be there for Seattle.
Because that year that Vegas got their team was kind of crazy. How, everybody had incredible hidden gem offensive players just lying around.
Well, and they also making
terrible ass trades.
But even in the draft, because if you remember, there were teams that would trade players to say, "Don't pick this guy."
Yeah, exactly.
So they got a lot of freebies.
Traded Fleury. They traded Fleury.
No.
To not pick Murray.
No. Seattle picked Fleury because Pittsburgh just protected Murray.
They protected Murray like morons.
But Florida traded Smith to them to not take someone.
Yep, and I think Carlson was also a trade. If I'm remembering correctly.
I can't remember.
Carlson was a trade, so they wouldn't take Foligno. I don't know.
Yeah.
Will Carlson. Where does he even play in the lineup anymore?
I don't know. I know that Chandler Stevenson is the number one centerman.
Chandler Stevenson is actually so different, though. This guy is incredible at hockey. I watched Vegas Golden Knights games. I'm like, how the hell is Chandler Stevenson up there? This guy is an absolute inspiration. If you're garbage at hockey, just keep working at it. You might end up becoming Chandler Stevenson. Some random no-name from the slums of Saskatchewan. I don't know where he's actually from. And the guy is now a certified beauty. The Fanouf Fanboys official stamp of beautiness. Chandler Stevenson.
So Stevenson
come on the
is
pod.
Also going to be a thing for our channel now.
Chandler Stevenson has the first official beauty stamp.
I need to actually make a channel banner because our YouTube page does not have a banner, so I can put Scory Poggy on there.
It's a little lacking.
We can put, of course, Fanouf, Chandler Stevenson,
Dion.
Tom Wilson, Timmy Stützle.
I don't know if that's our thing.
Kirill the
Tim Stützle. Kirill, dollar bill Kirill, baby.
Okay, but
my favorite rookie.
I think we've hit on all the points we set out for today. I think we had a pretty good episode. So what do you think? We can end it off now?
I think this is a good place to leave everybody at.
All right, so what do you have to say to the people, Alex?
I have to say that if the Leafs lose their next game, I'm stepping down as podcast host and becoming just podcast co-host.
Okay, so I was going to say, well, you hear that, people? We have a spot open. But other than that, thank you to everyone who came on live. I think we were only left with one right now, who I believe is still Johnny. But we had up to 5 at one point. So thanks to everyone who's watched this.
Dude.
Thanks to everyone who watched afterwards with the re-upload. Like, comment, and subscribe. We're going to shill. Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Makes us feel happy when we see like count go up.
But if you guys remember the graph, it's graph
if
time.
You guys are... did someone say graph? Did someone say graph? My upside down graph on the screen? Well, that's insane. Okay, graph is off the screen now. But yes, of course. As always, thank you. And we'll see you next time with a normal Fanouf's Fanboys episode.
The second best internet show.
Bye, guys. Okay, we're